what a beautiful morning.
Yeah.
I tell you, the fog has lifted.
It has lifted.
Here in the lemon groves of Somis, California, and we are enjoying a wonderful Tuesday at the California Spring Trial, specifically at the Greenfuse Botanicals location, where, as you can see, there's a lot going on. They're sharing the space here with half a dozen other companies.
Yeah.
It's always one of my absolute favorite stops. It's fun here, the vibe's
The
good.
vibe is amazing.
Love it.
And you can watch all the different videos from the Greenfuse stop. But now we're going to visit our actual host, Greenfuse, in the greenhouse right behind videographer extraordinaire Osvaldo. So let's do
go.
it.
Let's do it.
Tiptoe through the tulips.
We're not seeing
In the
tulips,
green.
though.
Well, there are no tulips here, it's
No.
true, but there are plenty of other things
Yeah.
to see here in Greenfuse's greenhouse. Now, we think this is like an annual and a bedding plant trial,
Yeah.
yet the first thing we were shown by Greenfuse is Jim Devereaux, is a house plant.
That's right.
An old traditional foliage plant called Tradescantia.
But this looks anything but old and traditional.
That's
Well, we
because,
saw the pistachio white, what,
A couple
2 years
years ago, yeah, it
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
big
that's
display.
what this one is.
well, here's the deal. This is like modern breeding, modern selection, modern genetics, tissue culture,
Yeah.
Oh,
which
yeah.
brings this thick, amazing habit. Pistachio white was last year,
2 years.
ago. This year, pistachio pink. And this is really more what you expect
Yeah.
from a Tradescantia. That's the color
Color-wise.
pattern. I expect, if they're doing their job back there, if Jim is, they could have all kinds of cool
Oh,
patterns.
yeah, sure.
Now,
One of the cool things about this, I just have to call out, is so this basket obviously is huge, and you'd think it'd been grown forever, but that's about 32 weeks
from
and then-
how many cuttings?
from stick.
Yeah, direct stick.
Three plants.
3 plants, direct stick. He said, just direct stick it. 12 weeks to a hanging basket like this.
Yeah.
And 7 weeks to a basket, or 10 weeks to a basket like
Oops,
that
sorry.
down there.
Yeah.
Any of which is saleable.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Now-
is
now-
32 weeks
Now,
right
now,
here.
now here's the deal. There's plenty of openly available, stock
Sure.
on the market. You might have some in the back of your own greenhouse. Why would you mess around with this probably slightly more expensive stuff? Stability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The color pattern stays stable. It
Right.
doesn't revert back to green, like an old variety
Yeah,
does.
that's right.
So that's why you want. And you look at these, you can
I
tell.
know, they're cool.
Anyway, houseplants from Greenfuse.
Yeah. Now a component plant.
Speaking of which, now
This is an example of really cool breeding.
this is a New English ivy. Bill,
It is
No.
not.
did you know
it
that?
looks hetera. It looks like a hetera,
It
but
does.
it is definitely not. It could replace your pothos potentially as well, but it's not.
Needs a little more light,
This
possibly.
is sweet potato.
This is an Ipomoea, a sweet potato, part of their old, almost venerable now, Sweet Georgia collection. And
But definitely the first white coloring on a sweet
it's called
potato,
white
white
splash.
splash.
yeah, so that's called White Splash. Really interesting variegation and patterns in there. Slightly more compact than some of the real
Yeah.
crazy, vigorous
yeah, yeah.
ones.
Jim said it'll still take off.
Yeah.
All right, watch out on that
Yeah.
one. So that's a new Ipomoea.
Great plant.
Sometimes you need a model to help show off new varieties. You may know Amy Morris from other greenhouses like Hymos greenhouses, Millstadt greenhouses, Hoffmanheimos greenhouse, excuse me. Anyway, we're here looking at a new pentis called Phenom, and what they've introduced is blues to the Phenom. What Amy is holding is really unique. This is Phenom double blue, just barely starting to open, but Amy can point out those little flowers. And then Oswald, if you pan to the right, you'll see the regular Phenom blue. Gorgeous colors. Horticultural blue, would you say, Amy?
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. We'll see lots of those in her greenhouse this summer, I'm sure. Thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Phenom Double Blue.
I feel like this is a plant that you would find in a crack while you're rock climbing in Utah.
I feel like you're right.
Well, that's exactly what happened
That's
to Jim Devereaux.
He did. He found this he's in a crack in
not
Utah.
just that. That's
Well,
the
right.
flower. He found Monardella, and it turns out they did some selecting on them and a little breeding on them to get them a nice habit, and we've now got 2 varieties of this new Monardella series. Monarch is what the series is called. Deep red is one of them, and orange is the other. Now, admittedly, it's a little tricky. I mean, you could tell orange is orange.
Yeah.
when they're side by side, and the deep red is deep red. Here, I'll hold it up. So then we can see the colors together here.
But the shape of those blooms screams pollinator
Oh yeah, for
magnet.
sure.
Like,
And they're
the-
very fragrant.
amazing
Oh my
thing
gosh,
is,
you can smell them
It's
from
got a
feet
really
away.
interesting scent to it. This is a Mediterranean style plant, a Western
yeah,
plant.
but a Utah native.
Yeah, you're not going to want to grow this in like high humidity.
Yeah,
or,
Yeah, it
you
doesn't
know,
like a lot of
area.
wet. Yeah, it doesn't like a lot of
But
wet.
it's unique. It's
Yes,
about as
for
unique as
sure.
they get.
That's probably the most unique thing we've seen
So
at
far.
Cast so far this year.
That we could talk about.
Good
Yeah.
point.
You'll have to watch the other videos to know what she's alluding to. Anyway, from Greenfuse Botanicals for the 2026 California Spring Trials, it's Chris
And Bill.
And Jen.
signing off.